Overconsumption of alcohol has long been recognized as a public health problem. That's why officials in Britain, the U.S., and other nations often encourage people to cut back on their daily or weekly intake. But in Japan, the government has something very different in mind. From Tokyo, Lucy Kraft has the story.
It's one of the hottest new trends in Japan, bars without booze. Raising glasses of non-alcoholic wine, these millennials say they do enjoy the real thing, but only on special occasions. The student said, "I'm not worried about my health, but I'd rather spend the money on nice meals." Non-alcohol bars like this one are starting to take off in Japan, popular especially among younger Japanese. And that's giving the national government a hangover. With tax revenue from alcoholic beverages drying up, down 30% in recent decades, the government launched a widely mocked campaign seeking ideas on how to get young Japanese drinking again. The so-called sober curious movement has stunned officials here, where much of life revolves around drinking, peaking during occasions like cherry blossom viewing. Office drinking parties have long been considered essential to company team building. The most recent survey from 2016 found Tokyo alone packed with nearly 30,000 bars and pubs. With over 90% of young Japanese reporting they drink rarely or not at all, even beer behemoth Asahi has opened a bar catering to the alcohol averse. Nowadays, non- or low-alcohol beer and liquor is where the growth is. Across town, bartender Suzumo Sakurai serves an underserved market. Teetotalers of all ages, thirsting for a local pub without the liquor. The government's Drink More campaign, he said, is tone-deaf. "I think it's a terrible idea," he said. "It's like trying to get people to smoke more." Japan is a group-oriented society where getting along has often meant going along with drinking. The consequences visible on trains and city streets. He said, Japan has a long tradition of bonding over alcohol, but people are starting to wise up. For CBS Saturday Morning, Lucy Kraft, Tokyo.
Well, the guy on the subway is probably why people are not drinking as much these days.
He had a rough night. I'm struck by the fact that we just did a piece on how one country can't provide enough food for people and another country is telling them to just drink a ton more.
Yeah, and it's money seems to be...
A lot going on there.
Right. Money is at the root of both of them. One, I guess the government wants to make some more money. Folks not having enough of it.
But, you know, it is surprising to see this in Japan where the drinking culture is so prevalent. But perhaps all these millennials have also seen their families and their parents go out every single night and not come home. And maybe that's why this is the new change.
Yeah, it's not pretty. Not pretty sometimes when folks drink too much.